Hi guys, I'm going to take you on a tour of the new shop. It's got a temporary door and windows in, but they do the job. And here we go. I've just got it all wired up. A couple of fluorescents in there. I've run a ring main in, plenty of sockets around the walls, and what I've done for just some temporary heat at the moment is I've put a sliding sash in that window there, so I can open and close that, and it just vents a good bit of heat in here because the rocket stove is literally just down there in that corner. So this is my bench for heat treating. Got everything on there now in one place and everything to hand. I've painted my heat treating oven, and there's my little tempering oven at the side of it. Quench tank. The grinder is set up exactly where I want everything. Everything in one place, which is just awesome. All my belts around it, all my tooling and tool arms all together. Plenty of space around my grinder. And the VFD mounted on the wall there. Moving around to my little welding bench. There's my leg vise and my little twisting jig there. The hydraulic press is set up in the corner and that's ready to go. 16 amp plug and socket there ready. Now my forge, I'm just in the process of relining it, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm putting a new top on the forge because I've been moving, I don't know if you can see there's multiple holes in the top of that, but for the last sort of 2 years or so I've been kind of moving the burners around and just trying to find the optimum place for these burners to go, and I finally know now as I'm using 2 burners, I finally know where both burners need to be, but I just cannot cut any more holes in the top of that. So I'm going to put a new plate along the top of it and put a new front on it as well, and then reline it. Most of that lining is going back in. It just needs a new piece of ceramic board for the ceiling, which has kind of fell to bits with so many holes being in it. And I've got I have my sort of steel pile in the corner there, all my old leaf springs and everything. My anvils is there, plenty of room around my anvil now, it's not wedged up against the wall. And just a general little bench there for associated stuff. No doubt that bench and shelf will just get filled up in time. There's a bag of coke there should I decide to reactivate the coke forge. I've also got my old gas heat treating oven there, which I'll put into service at some point. I do like that gas heat treat oven because it comes up to temperature so fast and it holds very accurate, but I guess the electric one is just more time saving and more consistent, really. I've talked about that already. So yeah, that's the new shop. So yeah, I love my new shop, and this will become a familiar view now, I guess, into this corner and over to the grinder. I just wanted to show you something which I've just made, and the guy contacted me regarding a Serbian chef knife, which is something I have never seen, and that is one of these. And he contacted me and asked me to make one, and I did a bit of research and I really liked what I saw. So I bought in enough steel to make a couple of them, and I've sent him his off to him, and he's messaged me back saying he loves it, loves the feel of it, the weight of it, the way it preps. It's so easy to prep food, and it is. And this is in 4mm. There is a YouTube channel, and I can't quite remember the name. It may be the Serbian Chefs or the Serbian Chef Knife or something like that. This is in 4mm 01 tool steel, and this has got a polish finish. The first one I made had actually left the heat treated finish on it, you know, the oxidized surface, because It's less prone to rusting with that surface on it. But this one was quite badly pitted after heat treating. So I kind of had to spend about 27 hours sanding it. It's just a big thing to sand to get a decent looking finish on it. So yeah, that's the Serbian chef knife, and it's just like a kind of cut down cleaver really, but it's such a lovely thing. I mean, it's a big weighty lump, it is, but my God, it can process food so quickly, and chop veg and this, that and the other, you know. It's kind of, the 4mm one is referred to, I think, more as a bushcraft type knife, and literally with that 4mm knife you could do anything bushcrafty. Yeah, I like it, I really do. So I'm gonna add this to the range of knives I make, kind of in the chef range. I'm also gonna do it in 3mm. I am also gonna do it in, this is 100mm. I'm also gonna do it in 80mm. So just a slightly cut down version of this as well. Very impressed with the way it preps food, and I will do a little video of this now. I'll chop up some veg and I'll just show you. Okay, so we'll start off with potato. Take a piece off there so we can sit him down, and it just cuts so well, it really does. You know, and thin pieces as well, as thin as you like really. There's like just kind of no effort to the cutting whatsoever. One of the other great things is, once you've cut your veg, you simply scoop it up and put it in your pan or the bin. So that was potato. Got some really gnarly looking old shotgun pastel by date leeks here, which it will cut really nice, but it's also really good for just kind of chopping, you know. This is my absolute best chefing, by the way. It's about as good as you're going to get. Yeah, fantastic. Once again, scoop it up and put it in the bin. And our last thing will be that little tiny clove of garlic, because no meal or bin is complete without a clove of garlic. I love garlic. Do like a bit of garlic. But anyway, what this is really good for is, once you've cut your garlic, and once you've chopped your garlic, can you see that? Yeah, I think you can. Once you've chopped your garlic to just a hair-like structure, you can give it a good old squashing. Man, that smells good. So that is it. I am really pleased with the way that big cleaver cuts. It has got a slightly curved edge. I put a slight curve on that edge so you can get a real nice rocking action with it as well. See, it's not clud down, it's got a really nice to it. So yes, can't say enough how impressed I am with that tool as a kitchen tool. It's going to be equally as good for cutting meat up. I would love to just show you how to cut up a chicken, but don't have a chicken to hand. There's multiple grips. If you do hold it by the actual blade itself, it's such a lovely little chopper. It really is. And this edge, it's got a curved edge on it. You can see that or not. So it's really nice to rock food with. Not too curved. And yeah, this one, as I say, this one was the second version I made, and that will be going up for sale on my website, guys, if anybody is interested. It's got a 59.5 Rockwell finish, so it's a good tough blade. Should hold an edge for a good time, that. So that is it. I am just on with a couple of little my new little knives, which I call this one the camp knife. This is a 3mm 01 tool steel. Again, 59 Rockwell on this one. Gorgeous little knife, gorgeous. Just kind of good all around use on this blade. Just quite a high Scandi on it, so it is wickedly sharp knife. A wickedly sharp knife. I've got that in 4mm as well. They'll be very shortly up on my website. Right, so that's pretty much it, I reckon. I'll put some video out on rebuilding that chap there, the forge. Get that back up and running with the 2 burners in, and we'll get some Damascus made. I'm going to draw out that feather pattern billet which I started, which was the first thing I did on that press. I messed it up. I did mess it up. I worked it too cold and kind of cracked it open a bit. I have forge welded it back together. I don't know how successful that is, but I am going to attempt to draw it out. And I'm working on another billet, which I kind of put to one side when I started working on this shop. So I think that's at 40 odd layers now. Don't know what I'm quite going to do with that one yet. Quite fancy doing another twisted pattern, but I have got a billet I need to make up for a fellow knife maker for a collab knife, which maybe we'll use it for that. Okay guys, thanks to my patrons and thanks to all you subscribers, and I will see you quite soon.